Good afternoon, everybody. I cannot believe today is here. This is so exciting. Welcome to the opening reception of From Many Places, One Community, the 2025 Constitution Day Project photo exhibition. My name is Kiera Musil, and I'm honored to be up here today to help highlight the stories of so many great individuals. Before we get started, I wanted to share the purpose of our project and what we student interns have learned. The purpose of the Constitution Day Project is to celebrate and share the stories of new Americans in our community, highlighting their unique journeys, resilience, and contributions that enrich our surrounding community. Through photography, video, and personal storytelling, this project provides a platform for individuals to share their voices. Today, you are here to see those stories in still portraits. I also wanted to explain what learning from this experience has looked like for us student interns. This project highlights not only the stories of citizenship in our communities, but gave us student interns a learning experience like no other. We had firsthand experience in learning how to capture a story in a snapshot or in a few takes, with fully high-tech, fully equipped studios. Not only were we able to work with professional tools to conduct these interviews, record the stories, and capture so many smiles, but it was also the behind-the-scenes work that many don't see that got us to this moment today. We were in constant editing and planning mode, whether that be working on how we were going to get here today, chopping and splicing our final video, editing the photos for today's showcase, or creating our promotional materials. We leaned on each other for help, support, and guidance when it came to brainstorming ideas, navigating niche and random equipment problems, or working on platforms that we were just learning and mastering in our classes. But I think the most rewarding learning moment from this project goes back to the very purpose I stated a few minutes ago. We had the chance to expand our understanding of what it means for people to begin new lives in our community. It reminded me of the gratitude we should have for where we are today and the diversity of what makes our community so vibrant. This whole experience was and is so unique, and I know that I am walking away from this past year with so many lessons and stories that I will carry and remember for a lifetime. I hope that this is something that you can take away from today as well. There is no way that we could have done this and this project could have been possible without the generous support of the UND President and Provost Office, the UND Connect program here on campus, our partnership with the City of Grand Forks and Dr. Hamzat Kariko, Sarah Heitkamp, Hannah Ballman, and the Memorial Union Gallery team. Thank you for hosting us in this lovely space to showcase our work. Thank you everybody for your continued support of our project. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank our project director, Dr. Jumali, who's right over there. Thank you for giving us the space, time, and resources to see this project through. It truly means the most to us to have such a supportive professor and mentor. Thank you. Now, it is my privilege to introduce President Andrew Armacost for some opening remarks. Please welcome me in joining him.
The hardest part is positioning the microphone in the right place. So it's great to see everyone here and to be here as a celebration of all of our new Americans and to celebrate what it means to be a great city of Grand Forks. And I'm grateful for Mayor Bochenski being here and being part of this celebration and the discussion. And I think we're going to hear from you in a few minutes. But for us to come together as a community, Grand Forks, at least since I've been here for the last 5 years, has been notable in its support to those who are coming from other countries and choosing Grand Forks as their home. And there's great community support, great support from the mayor's office, and great support from the University of North Dakota to make sure that transition happens and that our community is welcoming to all who choose it as their home. And then in addition, we celebrate the choice that people then make to become US citizens. And we honor this at an upcoming ceremony as well on the 17th, our naturalization ceremony. And I'm so proud that this has become a tradition of our campus. I think, Rob, we're now this is the 4th year, right? Third or fourth year that we've done this to celebrate those who raise their hand and say, I would like to be among the American citizens. And so this is just this whole week and leading up to that naturalization ceremony is just a great celebration. And so I know many of the people who were honored on the walls here, the subjects of this great art exhibit. And I thank all of our UND art collections folks, but most importantly, Junhwa Lee and all of his students for making today happen. And I see Gon and Agnes back there. Agnes just walked across the stage with her graduate degree. Oh gosh, that was in May, wasn't it? Yeah, so it was good to see you on the stage. And so the accolades and the achievements continue after people have decided to become naturalized citizens as well. And we met, oh gosh, I think 4 or 5 years ago for the first time, so congratulations to you as well. And Junhwa and Sujong, you made the choice just last year as well, right? And so congratulations to all. This exhibit captures the choice that these new Americans have made, but also the cultures from which they came. And I think there's an important statement in these pieces of art to say that folks do not shed their identities by coming to the United States. They grow in their connection to others, but they also should honor and celebrate the places from which they come. That's what makes us Americans. That's what makes us who we are as a nation of immigrants and a nation of people who come together and form the strongest possible sense of community. My first naturalization ceremony that I went to, I still remember, there were about 50. This was back in Colorado Springs. And a person, one of the almost naturalized citizens, we were doing the roll call at the beginning of the ceremony, and they called his name, and he stood up. They're supposed to say, present or here, present here. And he stands up and he goes, I am here. And what struck me was the excitement and the thrill that young man had in becoming a US citizen and the commitment that he was making to make our society even better. So today we celebrate that sense of, I am here, right? You are on our walls, many of the people here today. And so I'm grateful to all of you for serving as subjects. I also am grateful to those who aren't on the walls but have made the same choice. I'm also grateful for anyone who's here today just to celebrate the artwork and the great contributions of our students and Junhwa. So I will leave it at that. Again, reminder, on Constitution Day on September 17th, we'll get together to celebrate the next group of new U.S. citizens who we proudly welcome into our communities. They're already part of our communities, but now we welcome them as citizens. So today, enjoy the artwork that's on the walls, read the quotes, each one more meaningful than the next. And so I'm grateful to everybody for being here. This is what it means to be a great community here at the University of North Dakota. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, President Armacost. Oh, I gotta move this down. Which will just be moved again. Next, it's my honor to welcome the Mayor of Grand Forks, Mayor Brandon Bochenski, for a few words.
Well, thank you. So happy to be here today. I look around at the crowd. I see so many familiar faces. Hamza, too, who works for the city, get to see him just about every day. And then Susan Carhart, where'd she go? And her husband works for the historical preservation at the city. And then Steve and Elizabeth, they kick my butt playing tennis choice every now and then. So great to see all the people here. I'm just grateful that Grand Forks is truly the cultural hub of the state of North Dakota. I don't think anyone can make that the case that it's not, and that's truly because of the University of North Dakota being here. So really grateful for what the president has brought and past presidents and what the University of North Dakota is to the state, because that is truly important. North Dakota is a tough sell. I'm going to have to tell a little story. I lived in Kazakhstan for 8 years. So when I was 28 years old, from 2010 to 2018, I lived in Kazakhstan. And they have 2 national languages there. They have Kazakh and Russian, but the universities are in English. So when people see someone that speaks English, they want to talk to you, they want to work on their English. So the first thing they would ask is where are you from? And I would say, oh, I'm from North Dakota. And they say, oh, is that by New York? I said, no, it's not by New York. Oh, so it's by Miami. Get even farther. Not there either. Then they'd say, okay, must be by Hollywood. So, no, then I would tell my classic North Dakota joke. It's just north of South Dakota. And you'd get a blank stare because nobody cared. And then finally you say it's just by Canada, and then they were kind of already moved on. But that just goes to show you, what they thought, and they were always so excited, and just, the ideals that immigrants and people have of America, just that freedom, that liberty, that opportunity, that's still here today. And we're seeing that by everybody that's on the wall here, and just happy that Grand Forks gets to be a part of that. As I was looking at some of these pictures, one of my favorite Mark Twain quotes goes like this. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. And I think just about anyone here would probably believe that gets a chance to go around this country, around the world. It really opens your eyes. Mark Twain also did say that never let schooling get in the way of your education, but probably should say that here at the university. But I just want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank the team that put this together. This is going to be a great kickoff for next week, and this is really important to the community. So thank you, everybody, for allowing me to speak for a few minutes. And give a round of applause to the project team for putting this on. Great job, guys.
Thank you, Mayor Bochenski. That was great. Finally, we will hear from one of my fellow student interns, Lauren Huso. She's sitting right over here. She has been at the heart of every single stage of this project, so it only makes sense for her to speak on it. Lauren will share her reflection and her learning experience. Lauren Huso.
Hi. Gotta move the mic again. This time a lot shorter. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to stand here today and to share my journey with the Constitution Day Project. This was a journey that started behind the camera and has grown into one of the most impactful experiences of my college career. When I first joined the project, I was a photographer. My role was simply to capture the moments, the smiles, the flags, the quiet tears, and the overwhelming joy of the individuals that had just taken the oath to become citizens of the United States. At first, I thought my job was about documenting the day, but it didn't take long for me to realize that I wasn't just taking pictures, I was preserving history. Each face I photographed told a story of courage, of sacrifice, and of hope. After last year's ceremony, I began the real work, capturing the stories and portraits of 15 remarkable new Americans who had just shared their stories on video. I wasn't just photographing them, I was helping highlight their incredible journeys towards citizenship. Their interviews revealed challenges they overcame, the dreams that carried them forward, and the unwavering resilience that led them to become citizens of this country. My photographs here today serve as a way to honor these individuals, amplify their voices, and make their journeys visible to all. As I continued with the project, I advanced to the role of Associate Director. That role gave me the chance to shape how the story was displayed, not just witnessing these naturalization ceremonies, but learning the stories behind them and how they can connect to others. I met new Americans who had spent years, even decades, working towards this, and some had even left their homes, their families, and everything they'd ever known in search of safety, opportunity, and freedom. Others had faced challenges I can hardly imagine, yet on the day of their ceremonies, they stood there with nothing but pride and gratitude. Hearing their stories has truly changed me. They made me reevaluate the rights and privileges I often take for granted as an American citizen. Now, as a graduate student, stepping into the role of co-director has been both humbling and inspiring. With this new responsibility, comes the opportunity to help shape the project itself, and to consider not only how we celebrate these ceremonies, but also how we share them with our community and our campus. For me, it's more than about planning. It's about honoring every single individual who takes the oath on that day. It's about making sure their stories are heard, remembered, and respected. I now feel a renewed sense of appreciation for what citizenship means to me. To me, it's a reminder that for some, being an American isn't just a title that you're born with. It's a choice, a commitment, and often the result of great perseverance. Watching the new Americans embrace that identity with such pride has challenged me to think about what kind of citizen I want to be. One of the most important moments for me is always watching the families interact with one another. I've seen children looking up at their parents with admiration and excitement, not knowing the opportunities waiting for them. I've seen husbands and wives looking at each other holding hands, knowing the long journey they've traveled has finally led them here. These are the kind of moments that stay with you. They remind me that America's strength lies in its diversity, in the stories of people who come from all corners of the world and choose to call this country their home. Being a part of this project has taught me that citizenship is not just about legal status, it's about belonging, it's about community, it's about the courage to embrace a new identity while still carrying on the traditions, languages, and cultures that make each one of us unique. As co-director, I want to continue making this project not just an event, but a platform for us to listen, learn, and celebrate the richness of what it means to be American. My journey from photographer to now co-director reflects more than just a change in titles. It reflects this project, the way that this project has shaped me as a communicator, as a student, and as a citizen. So today I stand here grateful for the trust of those who have allowed me to witness and share their stories. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to grow within this project. I also want to express my gratitude to Dr. Lee, my co-director and the chair of our department. Thank you for choosing me for this role and believing in my ability to help lead in such meaningful work. Thank you as well to Kiera and the other team members who have helped bring this year and last year's stories to life, and who will continue to shape this year's project as we once again highlight the journey of more new Americans. This project has always been collaborative at its core, and I could not have done it without each and every single one of you. To the new Americans that I've met through this project, your stories have left a permanent mark on me. You've reminded me the value of resilience, the meaning of freedom, and the power of hope. And I promise in my role and beyond to continue sharing and honoring your journeys. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. That was amazing. Now that we've heard from those who have helped make this project possible, we would love to hear from those who shared their time and stories with us. So at this time, if any of our participants want to share some of their experiences or impressions, we'd love to hear it. Dr. Lee and Lauren will be on each side with handheld mics. So if you just want to talk about your experience, yeah, Elizabeth right up here is ready.
I just want to say that I am very thankful for this project. Being an American is the most rewarding thing that I ever had. I cry now because all the things that you said, and now my heart is pumping because I am so happy to be an American. And I feel that being American is a privilege. I hope everybody can have this privilege for themselves, because being part of this community gave me so much hope, resilience. I'm happy to be here. I had such a good memory of this specific place, because I always see beautiful place being displayed, and I say, I wish I can enter there and admire all the art, but I didn't realize that the day I would enter this place would be when somebody is honoring me, and I'm so happy that this day came. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be in this project. And I'm happy to be an American.
Yes. Thank you so very much. Yes. Would anybody else like to speak to some of their thoughts? Lyseni back there? Oh.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Lee, and the organizer for doing this. This is very important because we all come here for a different reason. Some come based on family. In my case, I came here more than 20 years ago as a refugee from a refugee camp after a brutal civil war that happened in my country. And telling the story, it was remarkable, and you guys actually helped the process, in the process for me to tell my story. That was very, very remarkable of you guys, and I want to thank the organizer for putting this together. And hopefully this can continue, not me per se, somebody else in the future that they can tell their story, the way we did also. Thank you.
Thank you so much for putting this project together. This was so fun to be a part of. I've been in the United States for a long time, long before I became a citizen, and being able to tell my story and reflect back on being a 21-year-old college student, learning how to be an adult in a new country, it was really fun to reflect back on that and be able to share my journey to citizenship. The pictures are absolutely amazing, and I really look forward to seeing the video project as well. So thank you for letting me be a part of it, and thank you for doing such a fantastic job.
Anybody else? Well, if not, oh, here, yeah, just kidding.
Just wait for someone on my side.
First of all, thank you very much for this experience. It was really, really nice, and I love seeing all these photos, and I'm sure I will be happy to take a look at the videos too, to hear and learn from other people's experiences. We came to US in 2007, and we became citizens in 2017, right? So it took us a decade to do that. And we have had our son here. He is now 15 in high school, so it has been an excellent opportunity for us. And like I said in my interview too, when you come here with a visa and a green card and so on, you are not really feeling, well, you are part of the community, but once you become a citizen, this is my home now too. So that is really, really different feeling, and I wouldn't change it in a word. Thank you.
Yeah. Back there?
I just want to expand what Dr. Nuri said. And it is true, you know, it's like, I am from the south of the border, so it's harder sometimes coming from that side. And you know, now that I can cross the border with my American passport, it feels like, you know, they cannot say no. Because they have said no to so many people, but anyway, and even the other day I went to Canada because my husband is from there and he's also an American citizen. And the Canadian officer was really tough, asking us all these questions that, what was my husband's status, and anyway, coming back, they just asked us a few questions and we were like, oh yes, we are back home, you know? So it was like, this project was very, very good. I remember the interview. I was very emotional and I was crying and sharing, you know, all your journey, because my husband and I immigrated here in 2002. And yeah, we have 4 kids and they are born here. And 2 of them, the oldest 2, now are attending UND. So, and even by being a citizen, I was allowed to apply for this job that I'm working here at UND because they require American citizenship. So it was very good. Thank you.
I'm gonna stand up, so no neck break. But anyway, just going back, just kind of like overflowing to what you have said. Having that American passport, you're pretty much free because you get to travel anywhere if you have the money, that's for sure. But one thing that the journey becoming a citizen of the United States is a different story, but becoming, being a part of the project that you're doing here was a different story in a different level. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our experiences, and it gives us more like a sense of belonging, that there are actually people that are interested of knowing what we have gone through, whether with tears, laughter, whatever struggle we may have, because I'm pretty sure, I think most of the people here that went through the process of becoming the citizen of the United States, we can probably relate of how that journey seems very lengthy, but in the end, it's very rewarding.
That was like one of my favorite parts is like I get to hear a new story every day of somebody's like life, and it was just so cool to go back to my roommates and be like, I met a person from Paraguay today or from Kenya today, and it was just like all the cool things that I learned. It was so insanely unique and fun, and thank you for sharing your thoughts and impressions of what you thought, because we really did enjoy our time with you, and we're glad that you could make it today. Anybody else before kind of switch gears? Because we'd love to hear. No? Okay. Well, now that we've heard from everybody that has participated with us, we'd also like to open the floor for any family, friends, or just go-buyers that would also like to make any comments, first impressions of what they have seen. But if not, that's okay too. You can tell us later. Oh, we have someone over here.
So I thought it was really fun. I graduated from UND with a degree in psychology, so of course my favorite thing is learning about people and stuff like that. Of course, I just learned from my mom. And I've never heard the story of her journey to citizenship, so being able to be there, being able to be there and listen to the questions you ask and how my mom responds and all the struggles she went through, because of course I was either in diapers or not around, so I don't remember anything. And I think even her retelling it, she gets to remember more things that she probably doesn't even think about now, because you became a citizen in 2008. Yep, and I wasn't there to see it. I didn't get to go to her oath taking, her naturalization, or anything like that. So it was really nice to just hear and then know that she can be an example for other people who are either going through the journey or have gone through it, and just know that you're not alone.
Yeah, thank you so much. Anybody else? All right, well, if there's anything that wants to be said, sure, you can come up to us later or come to whoever you want to talk to, and they will listen. So that's what we're here for. All right. As we conclude today's program, I'd like to once again thank the Memorial Union Gallery team. Thank you for allowing us this space to showcase the work that we are so proud of. Another thank you to the Memorial Union team for helping us set up this morning. And last but not least, thanks to all of you for joining us in celebration, and like was mentioned earlier, kicking off this week into the next. So that's like the whole fun part of it, is everyone getting together. We now invite you all to explore, take a look at the portraits that were shot by Lauren, connect with our participants to hear a bit more about their stories, enjoy some refreshments which are located right outside the door. I'm sure you saw it when you walked in. Connect with us and our team, and we also have a guest book that we'd love for you to leave your thoughts in. It's over back to my left corner. That's your guys' right, back over there by the flowers. And we'd love if you guys could leave some thoughts and comments in there as well. Thank you for being here today, and please enjoy.